History as Kemi Badenoch becomes first black woman to lead UK's Conservative Party. History was made yesterday as the United Kingdom's Conservative Party announced the election of Kemi Badenoch as its leader ahead of her closest rival, Robert Jenrick Badenoch, who received 53,806 votes to defeat Roberts, who got 41,388, succeeds Rishi Sunak as leader of the opposition party. Speaking on the significance of her victory and her ambition for the party, she said her first responsibility is to hold the Labour Party's government to account, while the second is to prepare for the next few years for the government. The former British business secretary is the first black woman to lead a major political party in the UK and takes charge of a Conservative Party reeling from its worst ever election defeat. Born in Wimbledon, London on January 2nd, 1980, to Nigerian parents, she spent her childhood in Lagos and the United States until she returned to the UK at the age of 16. Badenoch is also the first black woman to head a party that has had three other female leaders: Margaret Thatcher, Theresa May, and Liz Truss. During her campaign, Badenoch pledged to return the Conservatives to first principle and launch a series of reviews in the coming months to shape a new policy platform. The Northwest excess MP is also the sixth Tory leader in less than 8.5 years and faces the challenge of uniting a fractured party. The time has come to tell the truth, Badenoch declared to supporters at the final count of the leadership contest, which ended yesterday. It is time to get down to business. It is time to renew. The charismatic firebrand right wing leader succeeds Sunak, who became the first non white British Prime Minister after taking over the Tories, Britain's oldest party, in 2022. It is the most enormous honor to be elected to this role, to lead the party that I love, the party that has given me so much. A smiling Badenoch said to a group of Conservative Party members after being announced the winner. I hope that I'll be able to repay that debt, she added. The Labour Party's landslide victory gave it a huge majority in Parliament, and the Tories face at least 4 years in opposition before the next election is due. Badenoch has served as shadow business and trade secretary since the Conservative Party lost the general election in July, and Rishi Sunak said he would stand down as leader, triggering the campaign. Her campaign was called Renewal 2030 and has targeted the next election for the Tories to return to power. Badenoch has been criticized at times for her outspoken approach, with opponents jumping on comments she had made about subjects such as maternity pay, gender equality, and net zero. But she has long been popular among the party membership and previously ran to be leader in 2022. It is not clear who her shadow cabinet will be made up of, but she had suggested that all those who ran to be leaders against her should be involved. However, James cleverly revealed the day before the results that he would be returning to the bank benches. Badenoch has vowed to rebuild the Tory party on more authentically conservative foundations, saying her training as a computer engineer had taught her how to fix problems. She spoke often of first principles like freedom and individual responsibility, and she has not hesitated to wade into thorny issues like transgender rights or Britain's colonial legacy, deploring woke ideology and haste identity politics. Despite the challenges, Badenoch's no nonsense approach has earned her a loyal base among the Conservatives, known for her outspoken positions On identity politics and her desire to reduce state influence, she appeals to a faction within the party that believes a decisive rightward turn is necessary to reconnect with disillusioned voters. She has a history of tense interactions with media figures, celebrities, and even some government officials during her time as a trade minister. But this has only bolstered her support among members who are wary of institutional and media influences. Speaking on the significance of her win and her ambition for the party, she commented, "The task that stands before us is tough but simple. Our first responsibility as His Majesty's loyal opposition is to hold this Labour government to account. Our second is no less important. It is to prepare for the next few years of the government." Congratulating Badenoch on her victory, the Prime Minister, Sir Keir Starmer, said, "Congratulations, Kemi Badenoch, on becoming the Conservative Party's new leader, the first black leader of a Westminster party. It's a proud moment for our country. I look forward to working with you and your party in the interest of the British people." Ellie Reeves, who is chair of the Labour Party, delivered a more political attack. "It's been a summer of yet more conservative chaos and division. They could have spent the past 4 months listening to the public, taking responsibility for the mess they made, and changing their party. Instead, Kemi Badenoch's election as leader shows they are incapable of change. Meanwhile, the Labour government is getting on with fixing the foundations of our economy and cleaning up the mess the Tories left behind." The combative former Equalities Minister now faces the daunting task of reuniting a divided and weakened party that was emphatically ousted from power in July after 14 years in charge. Badenoch will become the official leader of the opposition and face off against Labour's Starmer in the House of Commons every Wednesday for the traditional Prime Minister's question. However, she will be leading a much reduced cohort of Tory MPs in the chamber following the party's dismissal election showing. She must plot a strategy to regain public trust while stemming the flow of support to the right-wing Reform UK party led by Brexit figurehead Nigel Farage. Having campaigned on a right-wing platform, she also faces the prospect of future difficulties with the ranks of Tory lawmakers, which includes many centuries. Badenoch, born in London to Nigerian parents and raised in Lagos, has called for a return to conservative values, accusing the party of having been increasingly liberal on societal issues such as gender identity.